Hi guys, this is Sarah with Quantum Healing with the Angels, and I have a lot of things for you today. First, I just want to thank the people that came to our light language class last week. It was really good. It was a lot of channeling, but we learned a lot in that class, and it was a lot of fun. So thank you to those who came out. It's only been a week, and so many things have changed. So the intro is going to be a little bit long, but if I don't explain this, you're going to go into this listening being like, what is happening? So I have to give you some information on what you're listening to. So something happened this week. We were watching the Joe Rogan podcast with Terrence Howard. And during it, Travis started, I thought, channeling Terrence Howard, what he was doing. And this went on for 20 minutes. He was saying the exact same things at the exact same time. And this was blowing my mind. I think I'm going to share it on YouTube so that you can see it, because it was a crazy thing to see. Like, he was saying what Terrence Howard was saying at the same time that Terrence was saying it. The words were coming to him at the exact same moment. I posted part of that on Facebook, and some of the responses were like, well, telepathy, we're getting telepathy. And I was like, but why did it happen though? Why during that particular show did that happen when that has never happened before? And so it didn't quite add up the whole story for me. It didn't really make sense to me that was all there was to it. And I kept thinking about that. Like, why did that happen on that show? Why was it during the things he was saying? And then I started thinking about what Terrence Howard had said and what he had showed people. And I started thinking about the things that he really focused on. The main thing that he focused on was the flower of life. He started talking about that in the beginning. And he talks about all these things that he learned as a child and remembered as a child about the structure of reality, learning about the actual structure of reality. Like, but when he was 5 years old or something like that, and then by the time he was 7 or 8, he was figuring all these things out because he was remembering these things, and he had been shown these things in a spiritual way. And what he had been shown was how everything works, how the structure of reality works, how the periodic table that we have is not right, and things that people are going to call crazy. But he was shown the spiritual aspects of this. And so I started thinking about that, and I was like, some of the things that he's shown, well, actually, where have I seen those? I've seen those on like light language books. So I looked on, I Googled like light language, and all of these flower of life things come up. And then I Googled light language and like platonic solids and sacred geometry shapes, right? And all of those came up too. And I was like, well, wait, this is all very tied in. So people who have done light language somebody must have seen this, right? Somebody must have seen these things, because why are they linking them together? And so I figured out that there was a link between all of that and light language. And the angels have been, it's really been their main focus ever since it happened. And when it first happened to me, I thought it was just going to be this additional healing modality to help with healing. That's what it is, but that's not all it is. That's not even close to what it really is. It is like, it's so much more. It's everything. It's the secret to the secret. When you think about all of those books and things on how to manifest, right? We've all seen those books. We've all read them, or at least a lot of us have. And they don't really work for me. Like, they sound great, but they've never really worked. But I've already seen light language do things that I did not think anything could do. Like, taking people out of severe pain in like minutes. It's been bonkers. I've tried it on like 15 people just to see. I didn't even charge them, like most of them. I just wanted to see what it would do. And it's been crazy. So it's powerful. But this other aspect of it, I was like, what does that mean? I think it means it can do anything. And that's when everything went just crazy. And then after that happened, I had the most epic negative energy assault, I don't know what else to call it, of my life. And that's what's in the beginning of this podcast. It is crazy, and I cut out some parts, so this is when it was starting to calm down. But I just woke up. I had been dragged into like a horrible nightmare. Oh, crap, I can't even think about that. They know what would get to me. But it was that, and it was pain, and it was waking up in a state of just shock, and the angels coming in. And at first I was yelling at them. I mean, I was just like, what do you want? Because I was so mad. I was just so mad. Like, what is going on? How are you going to help me today? Because I felt like nothing was going right. And anyway, they got rid of the negative energy, and they stopped the pain, and they explained what happened, and they explained what I put together and why that is such a big deal. And I've always known that there was something that I was trying to find. I've always been searching for this thing in my head, and I never knew what it was. There are things that we've never shared with you guys. There are channelings, and private channelings, and things from source about things about the future, about knowing how to do everything, how to change anything. And I didn't really understand what that meant until now. So, light language is not a language you use to heal. It is that, but it is more. It is everything. It is a secret. It is a secret that the negative did not want us to find out. I guess That's why we've been doing this. Or a main reason we've been doing this is to help bring this forward. I thought we were just sharing information, but I think that this is what people are supposed to know to change their lives in whatever way they want to make them happy, to truly manifest. This is a secret that they did not want us to find out. So what I'm going to do is post that video for you on YouTube so you can go there and see it. It will help you understand what I'm talking about. And you could probably watch, the podcast, the Joe Rogan podcast with Terrence Howard. I didn't know if Terrence Howard was a good guy or not. I had no idea, But apparently he is. Apparently he's a light worker. And so there's just so many things that are not what I thought. So we had the class scheduled for Thursday, but all these things happened, and I think we might see if those people who have already signed up would be okay with changing it to another day in case other people want to come, because it's going to be so much different than the first class. I mean, it's like a whole different thing now. It's like learning to manipulate reality. It's way more than just healing, it's manipulating reality. And so you'll hear that in this podcast. And I know that's what they're going to focus on in the class, because now it's out. The secret is out. And here we are. So, I hope you can come. Just like last time, Travis will be channeling. People will be able to ask questions through the chat. And if you come, I don't think you'll be disappointed. It was great last time, just as a healing thing, but this is going to be completely different. It has to be a big deal because of the reaction from the negative side. But I still have some questions. I was pretty shaken up that night, and you'll hear I understood what was happening, but I want to know some more details about how to use it for everything, to manipulate everything, to change my reality. Just like you, we have, like we always say, we have the same problems that everyone has. And health, we've gotten that pretty much dialed in, and I know how to do that, but I want to know how do I apply it to everything. I just want to know more details. I know that that's what they're going to talk about. So we're excited for that. I know I sound really tired, but we are excited for that, and we hope you come, because I don't think if this was known, at a time on the earth, it's maybe been a while. Probably. I'm guessing. I'm just guessing. I don't know. But we can ask that too. Actually, that's a really good question. So, I'll talk to the people who have already signed up and see if they're okay if we push it a few days, just so more people have time to sign up. And I'll make sure to get that information updated today so that we know the exact day and time for everyone. Alright, you guys, I'm sorry to sound all weird and funny, but It's been a weird week. This is pretty exciting for episode 30. And you know, we started on YouTube. We have even more episodes there before we started this podcast. So I don't even know how many episodes we really have. It's probably like 50. But anyway, thank you for supporting us, whether you started with us back then or when the podcast went up. Thank you for supporting us along the way and helping us grow. So here we go with episode 30 of Quantum Healing with the Angels.
This is a land of peace. These mountains and rocks are filled with light. You have no reason to be here. This area is free. This area is full of light. You're impeding on the work. You're impeding on the work. You must depart. There you go. Away. Go back into the light. You know this family was doing good work. You have impeded for far too long. This is not your place. You know that the light helps people. Yes. Of course, you are forgiven. Depart. Goodbye. Goodbye. Yes. Looks none. Looks. Tolan dat oorlogs betola på folk till ni skulle få låna skjuta på alla till det folk det skjuter alla till det alla kan få en tola man på ska det för skjuta det bishi na lall och få sjona medalla cleanse heal cleanse heal. Aklat för normala situation. Cleanse, heal, cleanse. Astan فقط فكتن مناتش ايش كان بس كتاب. Heal. Askal kofata pasin lalas. Ashiba folla manask. Worship done. Immiskudable Kushida one. and you will feel the light as you always have. Bringing in more light. Heal. Thank you, Source. Guess it was here for far too long. Repeating on the work. Yes. And it was for no reason for it to be here. Yes. Heal. Okay. Now, more abundance, please. Everyone come. Everyone come. Stand around me. Metatron. See, dog. Gabriel.
Okay.
Go.
Okay.
All of you come. Yes. Heal everything. Yes. Remove. Yes. Remove. Remove. Remove.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
Yes. Thank you. Uriel. Bring in more abundance, please. Gabriel, bring in more healing. Michael, bring in more love. Okay. Yes, I understand. Ah, yes. There was no need to be sorry.
Okay.
You were doing, oh, not you, are doing a very good job. So they brought in reinforcements. They brought in reinforcements to discourage you.
What if I didn't know what was happening?
Yes, they were putting confusion into your head. And they were trying to put more negative into your area. Because you were right at the tip of where you were going to be very happy. Which you're still going to do it. They were trying to discourage.
Jeez. Oh my gosh. I just woke up in pain.
Yes.
I knew I had to be in a bad dream. Another one. I don't know.
Yes, they brought in those
Just,
because they know, dreams are not real. But they brought in those dreams at the point they brought in the discomfort first. And then they brought in the dreams because they know pain and discomfort come as one.
I think so.
They did not like you finding out how language really works because they know that you found out all of that information.
Do you mean about what I put together?
Yes, and you found out what light language is. Light language is the building blocks of life.
Yeah.
Do you know the shapes that you have been seeing? Those are the building blocks of life.
Yeah.
The reason why this being Travis saw those things while watching that program.
Yeah.
He was not channeling. He astral traveled into the area of that other being. And he remembered all of those things from being here in the light. So he put himself in that being's place and was repeating what he was saying almost simultaneously. Anyone can do it, but he is getting better at it.
Yes.
Your psychic gifts are getting stronger. And of course, that's when they brought in reinforcements because they were like, no, they found it. People are responding. People are coming to them. We cannot have that. So we saw what they were doing, coming in. They were trying to frustrate you. We know you know there is no reason for it. But we also know being in that human body, it is easy to push things to a tipping point to frustrate people. We know you know what they are doing, which that is very good because you know what they are trying to do to you. Most humans on your planet don't know why they are feeling that way. They think it's normal. You know it's not normal. And they know you know it's not normal, but they do not care. They know it is easy to frustrate people. Even when they are doing good, you are doing very good. And they do not like that. But either way, they're not going to change the goodness that you're going to bring to the world. As of now, we are all inside of you, healing your body. We are healing both of you. This being Travis, he was actually tuning out the negative energy.
That's why I was watching that show.
He wasn't watching it. It was really on for sound and distraction. The negative energies did not like that program. That program was talking about light energy a lot.
Really? I didn't see it.
They did not want you to see it. They were putting in your head negative thoughts about the show. That show was actually a good show talking about light and the building blocks of life.
You're kidding. Of course.
No one was dying in that program except for negative energies. They did not like that show. That isn't actually a very good show because it has his messages in it, how to fight the negative energies. That is one reason why this being Travis liked that show. No good people died in that show. It was only negative in that show. They are chasing one negative energy in that show. They're trying to catch him, get him away from everything. That show is about a negative energy going to different planets and making everyone miserable. They're chasing it, trying to take it down.
Stargate. That show.
Yes.
Okay. I understand.
That show is basically a story of your lives chasing down negative energies and taking it away from people, pushing it away from people. You are the people in that show chasing the negative energies away and helping people on different planets. That is what you are doing. That's why they did not like what you were doing. People in droves are coming to you about the light language. The light language works as the building blocks. The shapes you see are the blocks. The weavy images you see are the same as a dream catcher on your planet. They have the same dynamic.
Oh, the way it's the holes.
Yes, when you speak light language, it comes out in ways, but it also comes out in different shapes. It comes out in numbers, it comes out in music. Music and numbers are universal language of the universe.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I always wanted to understand that.
You understand also, don't you?
Coconut. He knows everything, doesn't he?
Yes, they have been doing their job.
I know.
They brought in reinforcements, so they were all over the place trying to push it away. They've been pushing most of it away, but there were still some. They are very powerful.
You are a good cat.
Light language is the most powerful thing in the universe. It is used for everything.
Yeah, I figured that out. I saw Terrence Howard. Is he good? He's not controlled opposition or anything, right?
No.
Okay.
He is a powerful light being.
Oh, yes. I did not know that.
He is very protected. He has moments just like you do as well, but his are in private. He keeps them to himself.
Okay.
He is basically doing what this being Travis is doing. He is figuring out ways to fight the negative energy. Almost.
Oh, I see.
You are a strong Astra being.
Astra.
That is why they are tampering with your mind. The things you are seeing on your skin, you're still purging.
Okay.
You do not have a disease. You are just purging. And you are doing the right things.
Is from the light coming in?
Yes, the aloe is working and is because the light come in. They were just messing around because they know you're at the tip of where you are going to be. You have people searching for you now. They are trying to tire you down so you do not help people. They make you tired, they make you frustrated. And they try to bring back negative thoughts in your head from things from the past, which you know things from the past don't matter. And they know you know that things in the past does not matter. So they just keep picking and prodding at you. I do have a secret for you, though.
Okay.
You know how you've been feeling really bad?
Yes.
It's almost like they had you in a lower dimension. You really was not feeling bad, but they had you thinking that you was feeling bad. And when you think that you feel bad, it brings out more pain in your body. They did not like when you got super excited. That is when the negative energies rushed in, because you was getting super excited. The excitement you had was the rush of light that we gave you so you can bring on more abilities and bring in more people. And more people started coming in and they did not like it. This being Travis is an eon. Eons are protectors. Eons are guards. He saw the light going to you and getting very happy. So he brought his guard up even stronger. He was happy as well, but he knew that negative energies were going to come and rush in and try to affect everything. And it started seeping in. So he was fighting it by doing light language in his head. And they just kept little bits here and there. And he was trying to stay calm and not to get angry. That is why he tries to find things to keep his mind steady. He does not watch those shows. He listens to the important parts. So most of it is on for sound so he can stay on watching the negative energies. He does not even listen to most of the words of the story of the shows. He hears the important parts, though, when they talk about the light. But the other parts, he drowns them out so he can concentrate on looking for negative energies and blocking them.
How does he do that?
It is almost like meditation. The sounds of the show drowns everything out until he hears the important parts, and then he will listen. The other shows that you watch, the ones about that supposedly supposed to be spiritual, some of those shows are good sometimes, but a lot of times they say the wrong things. And some with other beings that are working for the light, but some of them say the wrong things. When they say the wrong things, it brings in negative energy. It goes in back and forth with some of those sometimes. That is why it's easier for this being Travis to watch other shows, because it's easier to drown the other things they say out, because some of it is nonsense and it does not apply to anything. So it's only on just for sound. It is a neutral area that you can be in.
Sometimes I feel like I want silence.
Silence is good sometimes. But when it is silent, you cannot be thinking about anything. That's what silence is for. If the room is silent, then you have to be silent. You can't be thinking about anything. Because if the room is silent and you're thinking about things, especially negative things, then it is not silent anymore. When it's silence, you should not be thinking of anything. You can be thinking of light language, though. That helps a lot. But if the room is silent and you're thinking about things, then the room is no longer silent.
I just like it peaceful so I can read.
And if you're listening to good things, then the room is no longer silent. Yeah. When it is silent, your mind has to be totally empty.
Interesting.
There are many ways to fight the negative energy.
Usually when I help someone, it goes away. If I do even 10 minutes
Yes.
of light language with someone, it goes away for me too. But I was too tired. I couldn't, felt nauseated and sick. And then people are like, why are you always sick? And I'm like, I'm not really sick.
You needed a rest day. If it gets to the point where it starts to get frustrating when you're doing the light work, then that's when it is time to stop.
I want to get so many things done.
The important thing is when you are working is to do one thing at a time. You do one thing at a time and it will get done. You have a lot of ideas and a lot of designs in your mind, and that is beautiful. Yes, Gabriel. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Uriah. Thank you. They are working on your body. Most of the negative energies has been cleansed out of your body. They do not stick around when we come around anyway. But you will be able to sleep and rest. Source tells me it is up to you if you want to work tomorrow or not. Well, actually in your time it is today.
Is there anything I can know about water? The powers of water for healing as well.
When you do light language with water, it makes the healing powers of water stronger. When water goes into anything, it brings it more power. Water and light language, what most people know, water and light language are pretty much the same thing. Water is the physical of light language.
Oh.
You remember when we said when your religion had these things called baptisms and you get dipped into the water?
I wanted to know what that meant.
That water is basically being dipped in light language, basically. But that's why we say you really don't have to be dipped in the water. You can just do light language and it will do the same thing. Putting water makes it a tiny bit stronger, but it really doesn't matter. But some people like to do it mainly because of your religion. But it does help a little bit more. But it's easier just to drink the water. If you do light language on some water and you drink it, then that does the same thing as being dipped in the water. That is why some people like to swim a lot, because they don't realize that gives them a lot of power. And some people that don't know how to swim, even if they sit in the water, it's the same thing. So the motion of the swimming does not make a difference. Just being in the water helps. So that brings in more light as well. Most beings have water in their bodies. Beings are pretty much, any being is pretty much water. Any biological being has water in it, so they are water. You are water. That is why it's so important.
We drink it, it can go anywhere. It can travel to any part of our body.
Yes. Because you are water. You're just putting more of yourself into yourself. And yes, we know that some of the properties are taken out of what you call your tap water, but it is still water. It's a little bit weaker because it loses some of its properties going through all of your so-called pipes, but it still has a lot of good properties in it.
When it flows over rocks and things, I read that brings energy back into it.
Yes, because the rocks has a lot of important minerals in it, and it makes the water even stronger.
The rocks are important.
Yes. Your ocean water is a little bit weaker because it has a lot of salt in it, which is why you cannot drink it because it would dehydrate you. So it's not good for you.
Yeah.
When you swim in ocean water, is good because you're not drinking it, but it does the same thing as give you energy because it's still water. But you just cannot put it in your body because it has too much what you call salt in it.
Salt.
So yes, you cannot drink that water. It is good for other things though, but not drinking.
Can you tell me about the light language and how it makes what you can do with it, with the building blocks, with the platonic solids, which I think is that the same thing as what people call sacred geometries.
Yes.
Yes.
They are the same. Like, that is what's so important about light language. A lot of people don't know about. They think all of those things are different. But all those things they're talking about is pretty much the building blocks of light language. When you do light language, you're pretty much saying all of those things. Not necessarily in a scientific way. But that being that you saw, he was showing you light language in a scientific way. It was showing you how your gravity works.
Mm-hmm.
It was showing you how shapes are formed. It is literally showing how things are built on your planet. Everything has light language in it.
Mm-hmm.
Because it has all of those minerals and properties and different shapes. The shapes are the building blocks. Mm-hmm. That's a lot of people don't realize. Have you ever heard people say the building blocks of life? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The building blocks of life is light language. They do not know that. That is why that being was saying, these are the shapes here and there. Mm-hmm. He was saying all of the scientific parts, which would probably go over a lot of people's heads because it is so... He has the gifts of basically breaking down. And the thing he knew he couldn't say that it's the building blocks of light language. Because he knows people try to split it up and try to say light language was different.
Like sound.
Yes.
Yeah.
He knows that humans would try to break it up and say light language is not all of those other things that he was saying, which it is. Because they will try to argue with him. Mm-hmm. And he has no time to argue with them.
Does he know light language?
Yes.
Yeah.
He was brought up in a religious family as well, and he also heard what you said is called talking in tongues. And yeah. He knew that was light language. But he is going to it in a way of more of a scientific way because he knows that that's the only way that will work with most humans, especially scientists. But if he got one of them in a room by themselves, he will tell them all of those things that you saw about the tetrahedron and the building blocks and the solids. If he gets one, that is why he wants to meet with some of the scientists, so he can tell them all of those things, and he can tell them all those things I'm telling you is basically these things about light language. And he knows how scientists are. They do not want to put anything spiritual with science because they think spirituality and science are totally different things, which they are not. They are both the same.
Are people too afraid to? Are you protecting him so he's able to say those things? Because most people are scared to say things.
They are not going to mess with him. He is already protected because that is why he is saying things in a scientific way. They are not going to remove anyone that are saying things in a scientific way. If he would have brought in the light language part with it, then they would try to get rid of him because they know that spirituality is good. They think most people can't comprehend science because they think it's math, and that is why they won't mess with him, because he's talking about things in a scientific way. And he knows that science bores most people. There are probably a lot of people that didn't even understand what he was saying. They got bored with it and stopped watching it. But the people that get excited about what he's saying knows what he is talking about. So they are light beings. So anyone that is excited about what he was saying, even though they don't know exactly what he was saying, they know what he is saying is very important.
So, how can we take light language? It sounds like we can take light language and make anything.
Yes, you can make anything with light language, because it is the building blocks of everything. Light language is the building blocks of everything.
And if you don't have a scientific mind, does it matter?
No, it does not matter. When you do light language forms everything. If you want to heal someone, it will heal someone. If you want to bring better things in your life, it will bring better things into your life.
So, is it more like that's the secret that we didn't know, and we can use that to create what we want?
Yes.
Is it just that we've been focusing on the healing aspect, but it is for everything?
Yes, it is for everything.
Okay.
You can use it for anything.
And that's what you guys use when you create?
Yes.
Okay.
Because light language is used for everything. There's nothing light language cannot do.
Okay.
Yes, you can use it for everything. Like we said before, everything and everyone on your planet like to put things in boxes. They think everything or certain things have a job for certain things, and no, that's not the way light language works. The only difference is now is you know what light language looks like when you say it.
And that you can use it in ways you didn't think you could.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
You can use it to build things. That is why when you watch that show, with that one being, he was showing people how he used the shape of what he called a tetrahedron to create a machine that can float in all different directions. But he was trying to explain to them really how all of the what you called spaceships fly around in different directions. He didn't even get to the part where he was trying to show how to make things hover. Well, he showed a little bit how to make things hover, but he didn't get into the part of what kind of energy. That is where he stopped, because that is when he would be in danger, because he knows they already know how to make things hover.
Yeah.
Like those spacecraft. They just haven't told the public yet.
Yes.
He knows if he comes out and says how to build those things, then they will come after him. So he knows there's a fine line where he can go. That is why he wants to speak to the higher up scientists, like the one you call Elon Musk. He wants to talk to him because he knows that man is trying to figure out a way. He wants to get away from using rockets. He wants to use the same things that the UFOs use for propulsion. And that being knows how to do that. So that's why he wants to meet with him, so he can show him how to do it. Once he shows him how to do it, then you will have free energy.
So Elon Musk is not a bad guy?
No. Everyone on your planet thinks he's a bad guy because he is super rich. They think every rich person is evil. That is not true.
Yeah, I admit I thought that.
He wants to give him the information on how to do that.
And he hasn't clued in on his own.
Because if he gave that being the knowledge of doing that, it will be hard for them to get rid of that being if he made that kind of free energy public. Because he will just come out with it. And once it's out, it is out.
Yeah.
And they know once it's out, and they know if he was the one to say he found free energy, they will not be able to get rid of him. See, when they take people out, as you say, they do it in a secretive way. Because most of those people are pretty quiet. And they find these new ways to do energy, and they take them out before it gets to be public. But if that being, as you call Elon Musk, comes out with public energy, they will not be able to get rid of him. Because if anything happens to him, then everyone would know that he was taken out. They don't want people to know that someone was taken out because of something like that. Because then it would cause what you call a revolution, and it would destabilize countries. Because everyone wants free energy. People do not want to pay for energy anymore.
Right.
They know, everyone knows that they should be getting free energy. Every time they pay that bill, they know that they should be getting free energy. That is one of the things they hate paying, because they know they should be getting it for free.
Yeah. They're fed up.
Yes. I mean, you were doing the right thing. You were helping a lot of people. And we are very happy about that, especially with the light language. Light language is very important when it comes to getting people awakened. Light language will actually help people awaken faster than anything. Because then they will have questions about other things, and you will be able to tell them about it. But you already tell them about it. All they have to do is watch what you have done, and they will know about it. But of course, a lot of people are lazy, and they want to watch what they want to watch. But if they just watch everything and get it, all of the information, they will understand how things work in their lives.
So if they spoke light language, they would have that power.
Yes.
That my friend that she saw, right?
Yes. Because we know it sounds weird to people on your planet. And yes, some people, like I said, there's no bad way to say light language. Because we know some people say it pretty funny. Sometimes it's, we don't mind that you laugh at it, because some people say it kind of not the way other people say it.
Yeah.
But they pretty much are all saying the same thing. It's just the way it comes out of their body.
So unusual.
And of course, there are some that mix it in with your religion. But it makes them happy.
You saw that.
So we don't see anything wrong with that. It's good. We don't like that some people use it to give them more power, to make them leaders.
Yeah.
We don't like that. We like they are helping people with it, but we don't necessarily like that they are coining themselves as a leader. But that is part of their path.
Mm.
But as long as they're making people think in good ways, then we kind of let that slide a little bit. So,
But it seems like most people who are the spiritual so-called teachers don't know about it.
yeah, there are some spiritual people that don't know about light language. They heard it before, but they think it's nonsense.
Or they,
But if they knew about it, it would make them stronger. If they really knew how it worked, then it would make them stronger. Kind of like what you are doing, because you heard it before, and you thought it was nonsense at first, but then when you learned about it, you said, oh, this is a real thing. And now you have made it stronger. You can pretty much say it at any time. There's no certain limit. Light language is very important, and you are doing a very good job. We know it gets very aggravating when they do that. It's just like, dude, like, leave me alone. That is how you feel. We know you know how to fight it, but we also know sometimes you just get so tired, and sometimes you're just too tired to fight it, which that is understandable as well. But at least we know you know how to fight back. That is a plus. So it is not bad that you have down days like these, but we also know that you know how to fight back.
I want him to be able to get his stomach taken care of. I have other questions but I don't need to get them right now. Should we bring him back?
What other questions do you have?
We never talked about the Aurora Borealis. Will that come back? Will we have more of that? Like the light?
Yes, there will be more in the future.
Am I doing okay at channeling so far?
Yes, your channeling is actually perfect. You will be channeling the same being most of the time.
Segment, usually?
Yes. And then later on, other beings will see. They can come through you, and you'll be able to channel other beings as well.
Okay.
We love you here. We are giving you peace. We love you, giving you healing powers. We are very proud of you. You are very strong. Like I said, don't feel bad if you have a down day, because we know it is terrible down there where you are.
It's hard.
But do not ever feel, which we actually proud of you, because even though you were angry, you did not feel sorry for yourself. You were just mad, which that is how it is down there on your planet. Things just keeps hitting you, and you're like, come on. We are always helping you, though. We really are. We just fight back, and sometimes it takes a little longer, but we do fight back with you. We are sorry some things do not go the way you like, but you're still on the right. Your path is light language and psychic abilities, seeing other beings that have crossed over with us and talking to them.
I like that too.
There are a lot of people on your planet that claim to do those things, but they cannot. There are only a few people on your planet that can do that, actually. Very few. And those are the people that were given those gifts.
Like the girl we're watching?
No.
She's not doing that, really.
Unfortunately, not. She gets lucky sometimes, but...
So she thinks she's doing it.
Yes. She gives people wrong information sometimes, but the only good thing about what she is doing, sometimes she gives people the right information that's good for their lives, but sometimes she says the wrong thing, and people think that she's helping them, but she doesn't realize that what she gave them is not positive.
Yeah.
If she gives someone information and she says that their loved one is doing anything negative, or they have to do something over after they pass away, that is not correct. The only thing that she can do that is correct is she can contact other beings from other planets.
Oh, yeah.
She is good at, is what you call the galactic stuff. But as far as spiritual things, she is not the person to talk to. She is all about other beings from other planets.
There's so many people into that, but they don't talk about spiritual things. Don't the Galactic Federation talk about spiritual things?
That is one of the things that is wrong. Because galactic beings are basically people like you. They're just on other planets, and they learn how to speak to other beings through their minds. Mm-hmm. That's how they're giving her information. Mm-hmm. They should not be giving out spiritual. They do not know what we do over here in the light, unless they talk to us. If they do not mention us in any of their sayings, then it is wrong. They cannot say another being from another planet told them anything spiritual, because it would not be true unless that being said they got it from us. If they said such and such from this galaxy said this, and he got it from us, then it is true. But if the other being says it and he's not saying where he got it from, then it is not real. Because it is almost like that being is trying to turn himself into some kind of god. And it is easy to fool people on your planet when it comes to that.
Mm-hmm. So sometimes people are talking to people they don't know who they're talking to.
Well, sometimes they know who they're talking to, but like I said, if that being is taking all the credit for information, then it is wrong. That being has to say he is getting that information from us.
A lot of the things that people are saying to people, I can look at someone and see what they've been through and tell them generally what they need to do. And I don't know if it's just because I can see it on their face, or if that's truly a psychic thing, but it's not really that hard.
Yes, it's not hard for you because you have a gift of seeing when people are not being truthful. You can hear it in their voices as well, if they're going to do something or not. When you talk to someone about light and all the things that you do, if they catch on to it really fast, like the woman in Australia, she is on your level now, basically. She knows a lot, and she learned it from you. She did not know any of those things before. She had pain a lot. You took that away, and she's learning how to take it away for herself now.
Yeah,
she is doing very well.
I see others who are taking it seriously.
Yes, there will be others.
Yeah, they're doing good.
And there will be some that are excited about it. They get too excited about it. But they haven't done the work. The one in Australia done the work. She watched every one of your things. She knows you now. That's why you like her so much. You and her are on the same page.
And I was thinking you will probably tell us more.
Oh, yes. We're always telling you more.
There's always more to learn, huh?
Yes.
Okay. And then eventually, like we were talking about in the group, we can channel maybe other beings once we learn basics.
Sometimes when you channel, if you get a picture of another being coming in your head, that is the light language from that race. So, yes, you will be doing that soon as well.
Okay.
That's how you will start channeling other beings. Right now you're channeling Sadimat. But once you start doing light language, you will start hearing new ones come in, and you will be channeling them. And sometimes when you do it, you might even just start channeling, saying things that you don't know what you're talking about, and you have to re-listen to it again, and it will come out.
Will people still have the happiness this year that you talked about? Or can you tell me?
Yes, they will. They're actually supposed to be having it now, but of course things are just they're just messing with people. They don't want them to be happy. Usually the hot times on your planet, on this side of the country, when it gets hot, is when it's hard to.
Really?
It's supposed to be a happy time because it's supposed to be a happy summer. Yeah. But have you ever wondered when when it gets cool and it gets closer. It's right before the holidays, not during the holidays, but
Right. The fall,
September and
September. Yeah.
August and September are usually the lighter months, and the beginning of October.
Yeah.
Of course, we know for most people the holidays are terrible because
The pressure.
they think they got to spend more money on certain things. But August and October, August and September are usually the better months.
Mm-hmm.
The hotter months are kind of like a coasting area when people are still trying to get things together, and you're doing very well.
Appreciate that.
We're giving you more strength. And we love you very much, and we are very proud of you.
Thank you.
You're doing very good. We all say thank you. We all thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. You would not be disappointed.
Okay.
We love you so much. We hate that you were feeling so bad earlier. We hate it. And you know we do not get mad. But that really we did not like that. So we helped push that away. We did not like them messing with our light beings. We did not like that. But we know you are very strong.
Yeah.
Because Source made you very strong. Both of you very strong. We love you.
We love you too.
And I am going to regress now.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to Quantum Healing with the Angels. This podcast is sponsored by Sarah Webb Beyond Quantum Healing. Contact Sarah today for your free consultation and mention this ad for 10% off your Quantum Healing or Quantum Connect session.